Love the show.
Welcome to a comic book show. We talk about anything from the comic book industry. You want it, you got it. My name is Jon.
Awesome. Son, you lay around here all day watching YouTube videos, wasting your time, comic book review shows. There ain't no future in that. You're never gonna be as good as the Abigail. Why can't you be more like your sister? You don't know what you're talking about. Comic books are cool.
Evildoers, prepare for your impending doom.
What's up, everybody? We are having a team-up episode with a comic book look. Fatstackofcomics. YouTube is about to just crash in half from the epicness, the awesomeness. We're keeping it comics. We're keeping our stacks fat.
Yeah, we are.
How's it going out there?
Oh, great, man. I'm so excited to do a show with you guys. It's awesome.
It's about time.
Yes. You guys, obviously, we did a quick stint on the episode 50 of our show, but yes, it's excellent to do a duo show here with a fat stack of comics, man. Obviously, the two greatest comic book TV shows out there.
The galaxy just imploded.
But yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
so yeah, people, we got a comic book look with Fat Stack of Comics.
So what does that make us this evening?
A fat stack of a
comic book look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
So yes, in the house, you know, we got Mark, Cloie, Jon, Skyler, Tom. We are all here to represent all of you and influence you to read the right kind of comics and tell you what's good and what's not and how we feel. And
The right ones.
we love it.
Yes.
All right. So, how are you guys doing tonight, huh?
We're good.
Pretty good.
Excellent.
We're reading
Excellent.
comics all day. Watched Arrow.
Me
So
too.
good.
Man, don't say too much. No, I'm just kidding. You guys can spoil. But I got home and my wife was like, "Oh, we got to do this and this and this." I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Arrow's on in like 20 minutes. I just got off."
Yeah.
And so then I had to record it, and I haven't even got to watch it yet. So,
I haven't seen it
but
either.
I was a huge fan of Smallville, even though like there's full seasons that I didn't like. Every episode, I probably would give it a bad review.
Yeah.
I still watched every episode because I love it, and
Yeah.
it captured me for 10 years, man. When you watch a show for that long, so it's like I'm excited to have a superhero show on CW again.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So was it good though, guys?
I thought
Oh
it was
my
really
gosh, it was amazing.
good. Really action-packed. It was,
When it explodes from the amazingness of the show.
it was really good.
That's awesome. So
I don't know how much spoilers you want to give, but
Oh,
you might
spoil
have seen
away.
on internet there was like a Deathstroke. You might have seen that image at the
nice.
very beginning. That part was really cool.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
So, the grapevine has it, Chloe, that you had some flair or bling, as we call it in the comic book industry, that you composed for the show.
Yes,
You have it on?
I do. I don't know if you can. It's better on my Facebook, but I don't know if you can.
And tell us about it.
I actually just got some twigs out of the front yard and carved. Let me just take it off. It's probably easier to see.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I saw that on Facebook, and I was like,
I know. I saw that on Facebook too. I was like, oh, so geeky and awesome.
Yeah, that's what I do. Geeky and awesome. It's like this little bow that I carved it out of an actual twig from my front yard, and then the arrow as well.
awesome.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I just put it. I'm
Very
good at
classy.
beading, so I just put it together and made it into a necklace.
It's a way to do it, man.
Nice work, Chloe.
inspired by Green Arrow.
That's a 6-pack right there, you guys.
Exactly.
Good
I
work.
give that a 6-pack.
Good work.
But awesome. So, what have you guys read today? Tell me all about it.
Oh man, definitely Batman right here. Really awesome. Any of you guys check that out yet?
Oh,
Yeah, we read this sucker. And I thought it was I mean, Snyder and Capullo, I mean, usually that's all you have to say when it comes to Batman. Those guys know what they're doing for sure.
Definitely.
And to bring the biggest bad guy around back, they did it in an awesome way. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was really like creepy, intense, just really like no holds barred, but it was like really, it was really subtle, but yet it's really intense at the same time.
Yeah.
Really dark.
It was smart having the Red Hood and Harley Quinn thing at the end.
I like Harley.
I loved that. And then how Harley was like saying, you know, this isn't the same Mr. J I know. You know, that gave it that really creepy vibe. But most of all, how awesome were Joker's letters?
Mm-hmm. The font they used for his expression, like just how he talked.
Oh man, that letter, the guy who did the letters for the Joker, I mean, I don't know who it was, but that was Todd Kleinworthy. That was super awesome. Every time you had a panel with the Joker, I mean, you totally had the feeling of how he was saying it, and done so well. Loved it.
Yeah. The one thing I was wondering too is that there was kind of mention of the face, and we know that, you know, the reemergence of the face when the New 52 kicked off. I'm not really familiar with all what happened with it or the events surrounding it or anything like that. Do you guys? Did I miss something? Because remember, it was just plastered to a wall, right? At the end of one of the
Detective
issues.
Comics 1 or 2.
Yeah.
One,
yeah.
Started there, and then I think Snyder did such a bang-up job with Batman, they went ahead and were like, we're going to put the Joker in the Batman story rather than Tech.
It was like, because I wasn't going to buy Detective Comics #1. New 52 was coming out. There was like a million comics to buy, and I was like, I'm not going to buy this. But then the comic shop guy was like, just go look at the very last page and then tell me you're not going to buy it. So I looked at the very last page. It was Joker's face cut off. So I was like, yeah. And I bought it. But then I bought the next two, and it did not even address the Joker at all. And it was supposed to be like the Joker got his face cut off, and then he was gone. Yeah. And so during this whole time, we haven't seen the Joker. He hasn't really came up. Maybe they've talked about him, but there's never been like a sighting. And now he's back, dude, getting right into that the Gotham Police Department and then taking care of business. God, he was brutal.
That was really crazy, though. Personally, like, I mean, just officer after officer joke. You know, I'm coming for you. Like, creepy. And then like when the lights were on briefly, and you see just all these officers on the floor just totaled. Like, the body count was insane. Spoilers alert. I mean, Skyler's going to just throw that all over this part. But, and then the part where they're in the mayor's office, I'd rather have the men in the room. Oh, just keep them on that side, though, because the floor's just been done and the soles of your shoes are wrecking it. And then it's not him that's infected, but all the officers.
Yeah. How,
with the toxin or whatever. I mean, this is clever, this is fun, this is cynical, plus Harley's in it, so, you know, I'm giddy as a little schoolgirl about it, you know. I was rather excited about this issue, personally. And,
heck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so was I. I thought it was very well done.
Oh.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
secular, in my opinion.
Exactly. So, but how about this how about this thing, this Joker face?
How do you feel about that?
With this thing attached to it? It's also on the Batgirl. It's also on the other books.
Yeah.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is it a gimmick, or is it something that really draws it out and makes it cooler?
I think one thing that's cool is you don't see the Arrow advertisement plastered all over it.
Oh,
thank goodness. Thank
Dude,
goodness.
That's cool. I think it is. I mean, it's a gimmick to sell, but I think it works though. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an issue of Punk Rock Jesus. What does Arrow have to do with Punk Rock Jesus? I don't know. Nothing. But I'm glad that he's on the cover. Nope. Well, how ugly is that? I'm glad you brought that up, Mark. I just feel like that is so stupid of DC to do, because the person that is buying comics on Wednesday, like ready to see Arrow, they know about it. I mean, we know that Arrow's coming out. You don't have to put it on every single one of my comic books. The full page ad you have in it right away, that's good enough.
It's kind of like double whammy on someone.
So then, it shortens the cover art, and that really does bother me. So yes, I'm really glad that it wasn't on this. That would have totally ruined that.
Yeah.
I can see how this. I mean, it's a big thing. Joker's finally coming into the book. But it's so much harder than the front cover, and so it just gives this kind of weird tactile feel of the book. And the back of it's too short. So, you know, at least make the cover the same material
Quality.
as...
It deserves it. It totally does.
As the mask here, too. So,
Totally does. I totally do.
It just kind of throws you off the whole time you're reading it, because you got this weird feeling going on.
But maybe that's the point of it.
Yeah.
Or maybe
but
you're just a whiner.
I do kind of like to look at how just dark the book was, and even all of the colors that they used, all the panels, just so dark.
Yeah, it was super dark, super moody. I mean, that's what Capullo does so well, is he just shows the mood, and his artwork is so, I don't know, it's one of a kind almost, you know. I mean, it seems like it's so easy for him, but he does things so well. I liked it. It gave me like a handle. When I was reading my comic, I knew I wasn't going to get these other things greasy. So I was like, yeah, I can eat some lunch.
Little lady hands,
and eat some lunch. I'll give you lady hands. I think you can hold on to it. It's sweet.
Poor Cloie.
And then, you know, it's totally a gimmick.
It's a rough industry, isn't it, Cloie?
I think it's cool.
Oh, shut it. We'll get to that later.
Oh
God. I think it's cool, and I talked to another buddy who was complaining about it as well, saying he didn't like it. But you know what? Try different things. I like trying different things, and it's better than a poly-bagged comic. You know, I think it's cooler. So
I like it.
Me too.
That's a little cover. It's kind of like a dark pop-up kind of thing. I like it.
Yeah. Before we talk about ratings, though, my final thing for you guys is an event really necessary? I like the spread, like where he's talking to the various Bat characters in thirds. The page is divided into thirds. I thought that was a neat layout. But are we really going to draw this out over all these books that ultimately have really not that much to do with it, like Red Hood and the Outlaws, or Teen Titans, or what was the other one, Suicide Squad, or Cat? You know, like it's there, it's in the same realm, but ultimately, I mean, I would like to see it more concentrated in 1 to 2 titles and keep the quality there. You know, that's what I think the Joker deserves that. So I'm kind of worried about this being kind of a cash cow for DC.
You're never going to get around it, though. They're always going to have see DC Comics issue number 72 for more info.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but for me, I'm not going to buy them. Like, I saw the prologue for Batgirl, or Prelude, or whatever it is, right next to it, and I just said no, because I don't read that title anyway, so why would I start now?
I actually read Batgirl, so it didn't bother me to pick it up. I like Gail Simone. She's done a great job on that book. So.
Yeah,
I picked up Batgirl. I probably won't pick up, like, Suicide Squad. I mean, it's good. I just don't pick it up every single week or every month.
Suicide Squad.
It's insane.
Yeah, so, but I mean, I think, we know this is what comic books do. You know, they have events, they tie in other books. But that doesn't mean you have to read them all. I mean,
and I'm not going to.
I didn't read all of Court of Owls, all the tie-ins, and it was still really good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just read the Batman book, it's going to be really good. I think it's. I mean, yes. Do some people feel that they need to now go buy all these issues? And they can, and it will be John would. But you know, you don't have to, and so it's like I'm getting to a point now where it's almost like I'm going to just try to realize that they're always going to try to tie you into buy more books, but you don't necessarily have to just get a good quality story. Yeah. But I think also having the Joker, there's going to be a lot of people buying all the books.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
and that's good for comics. I'm glad people are out there buying books.
Exactly.
But they've got a good story to buy.
Yeah.
At least they do have a good story. Hopefully all the tie-ins are good. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be picking up, you know, these books that, you know.
Yeah.
With my reads already, I've already got like half of it, Catwoman, Suicide Squad, or whatever, but I'm not going out of my way. I don't read a lot of the other Bat titles, personally.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, John Layman, the guy who writes Chew, took over Detective Comics.
Nice.
So I'm going to actually start picking that up. I forgot to get it even.
Oh,
but I haven't been picking up Detective, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to start picking up Layman's. Yeah. I love Chew, you know.
Penguin's in that issue number 13. That was really good.
Yeah, nice. You got it? Nice.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, I definitely have to check it out.
And Jason, I'm not sure about the last name, Jason Babak. He did the Batman annual that had Mr. Freeze. He did the artwork in it. He's doing the art on Detective now.
Nice. With
John Layman. I really think that was a great move by DC to get Chew as a detective comic. What a great move to get somebody who's writing a detective comic to come and write Batman detective comics. I really applaud DC for doing that.
Exactly.
Well, I think that we should I think this book deserves a rating, you know?
All right, so yeah.
You know what? We haven't done a 6-pack of the month, so we can't rate it. So it's time to commit some high treason.
That's right, 6-pack of the month. This month, the harvest is nearly upon us. We have a woodchuck hard cider pumpkin, which I don't know if I missed the memo, but it doesn't really taste like pumpkin. It kind of tastes like their fall mix that they usually make, but you know, it's late fall. We're starting to get into a lot of the harvest stuff. The apples are starting to drop off the trees. A lot of pumpkins are being sold at the farmers markets, things like that. So, you know, you got to kind of have a corresponding drink, and I can hear some people like, oh, cider, that's a girl's drink. A girl's drink? We're talking about a drink that fueled the Tea Party. Not the current Tea Party movement, but the real Tea Party. We're talking about the drink that fueled the revolution. All the founding fathers sitting around sipping on cider, talking of revolution. This is high treason at the time. But yet, something gave them the confidence to keep moving on, and that is cider. So try it out. You know, they're becoming more popular. We're seeing a lot of, I think, Michelob. There's a Michelob cider out now as well. So there's a lot of different options. There's gluten-frees. There's all kinds of the good things. So.
All right, well, that was this month's history lesson. So.
Yeah, Skyler, you always talk about the coolest beers.
All right, we're going to jump right back into ratings.
All right, ratings, John. You want to start us off?
Yeah, Skyler, I'm going to need your help, though, for this one. Can you hold this? Seriously. Hold it.
It's hanging by around your neck.
I know. I got my rating is,
John is on clothing?
It's bothering me. No,
John,
it's
John.
You guys, it's bothering me.
This is your other internet video show that
It's bothering me this much.
Oh, you did not buy the Joker shirt. Nice Joker shirt, John.
That's how much it was bothering me.
And
and
so what kind of rating's that?
You know, that's definitely a get your shirt off kind of rating.
It is.
It's a romantic evening with a beer kind of rating. I'm gonna give this one probably. It's just so good. I love this. I'll give it the full 6-aroo, I think.
Nice.
Granted, I don't like the event aspect of it, but I dig it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
6-pack. Nice. Skyler, what do you rate it? You didn't read the whole thing.
I didn't read the whole thing, but as far as I got, I'm going to have to go 5. You know, it's an event thing, but Harley Quinn and the Joker coming back, come on. It's exciting.
Can't go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. I will also give it a 6-pack of beers because, I mean...
We agree on something.
We do. I loved having Jock at the end do the art on the little, the last one. I love him. Yeah. He's like one of my favorite artists. It's so sketchy but so calculated. And I just really enjoyed the whole entire thing. Scott Snyder makes this Batman feel like it is something that you have to read. I mean, I feel like if you aren't reading Batman at this time, it's crazy because, I mean, when Scott Snyder is writing Batman and he has Capullo doing the art, it makes it feel like it's a must-read book. It is the thing that is happening in comics right now.
Totally.
And when we look back in comics and, you know, what was 2012, 2011, like, a lot of talk will be about Scott Snyder and Batman.
What are you talking? Superman. That's what it is. I'm just playing.
But yes, I totally give it a 6-pack. What do you got ratings here, guys?
We usually do a 1 to 5 scale, but since we're on a comic book look, we'll do the 6. I'm not much of a drinker. I'll do it. 6 shots of espresso.
There you go. Yeah, that's my kind of rating.
Nice.
Yeah, totally. I really dig Scott Snyder just doing a bang-up job. It's the big event of today, but it was a lot of hype going into it, and that sometimes can let you down. Didn't feel it was really a letdown though. I felt like it exceeded my expectations. So definitely 6.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Cloie?
I didn't actually read it.
You're just like
I'm not
Skyler.
the Batman comics, actually. I've not really gotten into the whole New 52 with DC. I'm more of an indie comics, Marvel kind of girl. But from what I have heard of it, and from definitely, like, it's a milestone in comics. It's a really good thing from what I've heard. I do like it a lot. So I would, from what I've heard, based on word of mouth, I'd give it a 5 out of 5.
Nice.
Cool.
That's the way to do it.
Awesome. Well, yes, indeed. What else you guys got to talk about tonight?
What would you like to talk about, Mark?
You guys got something y'all in the show? Or?
We're open. We can always always have 100 things to talk about.
I got my stack with me too, so whatever you want to do.
But I say you guys pick up the next topic.
Sure, whatever. Did anybody pick up Uncanny Avengers?
I did.
John sure did, and he was talking about it afterwards.
Mark, I'm so pissed at you for this.
Slow that down. Whoa,
No,
put that back
put
up.
that
I want
back
to
up.
see that again.
Put it back up.
Rewind.
Yeah, I want to see that. That is
the
awesome.
Halloween cover. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. I saw that online. How did you get that?
Yeah, we didn't even have that at our store, dude.
It's only at Hastings. I think it's only in the South. It's a store that
I was
sells,
gonna say,
like,
you
music,
have Hastings?
movies, comic books. Gosh, what else? They have action figures. You name it, they sell it there.
So is that where
I go to, like, 2 other actual comic book shops, but this one's a little more closer to home. Guys that work there, shout out to Tyson, to Jesse. These dudes know comic books. I get more of the comic book experience actually going to Hastings. So it's a really cool place, yeah.
How nice is it to have more than one reputable comic shop in your area?
Well,
We've got 2, and one of them's all right to fill out a backlog every once in a while, but that's about it.
Our anime shop just went out of business.
Yes.
Our anime
Yes,
manga
it did.
shop just went out of business, and it's been there
That's
forever.
awful. I feel bad for you
Every
guys.
time I drive by, my heart just sinks. It's like, man, I should have bought some more stuff there. God.
You want to do something, but you can't.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
But yeah,
How many books did we have to buy, man?
we support an anime convention every year. We should at least be able to have a store.
Yeah, exactly.
But, well, that's too bad. But anyway, yeah, Johnny Boy also read this comic. I saw that cover online, and I think that is awesome. I have heard so much about Hastings, and I assume it's like it's almost like kind of, they have other stuff there too, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like books and music and DVDs
yeah,
and
and
video games.
it's like the only big chain that carries comic books. I'm so jealous that you guys got one. We only have one hundreds of miles within us, so not a chance. But that's so
I think
cool.
we've got like 3 within
Yeah,
an hour radius.
I need to move out there.
You can always go to gohastings.com and get their merch online.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That's a sick
It's not the
cover,
same, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta walk down the aisles with all the toys and the books, and it's the experience that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, so John, what'd you think of it?
I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised. I was really skeptical, Mark, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Just because I was like, But I was pleasantly surprised. It's interesting. Alex Summers finally gets more of a prominent role. I've been reading a lot of that old X Factor stuff, so getting familiar with him as a character. But it's kind of interesting to see him like, Scott, you're kind of a jerk. You really screwed this one up. Like, there's that brotherly dialogue in the issue a little bit. But you read it right. You read the issue.
Yeah.
Avalanche. What a creepy opener that was, that first page. And then his head's all stitched up. And then the ending. I mean, should we spoil it? I was floored.
I don't know. I don't spoil alert. Just throw it up there. I think.
Just
I
throw
don't know.
Throw it out there. Throw it out there, Mark.
That'd be awesome.
Spill the beans.
If it's too good, don't spoil it. Talk
It
about it.
is
If
really
it's too
Just
good,
say-
if it
even
really
if
is
you
going to
don't-
ruin the issue, don't do it.
I won't go anything. I won't say anything then, but it's a really cool ending. Like, I was really giddy.
I'd say even if you're not gonna read Uncanny Avengers #1, I'd say just go look at the last page
Yeah.
and just check that out.
Yeah, because then you'll probably want to read it.
Exactly.
But honestly, we didn't see anything as far as a team or anything like that. But it was a good setup issue. I unfortunately suckered it myself into buying AVX Consequences #1, where Logan goes to visit Scott and is talking about the speech that he actually gave. But I read them out of order, so I was like, oh, there's the speech that Wolverine gave on behalf of Xavier's funeral. That kind of thing. So. That was kind of lame that I read those out of order, but
So
yeah.
I mean, you liked AVX so much that you thought you had to buy AVX Consequences.
I just
mean,
wanted-
what?
You know how I feel about Cyclops.
And you were upset that you read them out of order? Oh no!
You're not listening to me. You know how I feel about Cyclops, right?
Oh
yes.
yeah,
And
we all
he
know how
is-
you feel about
He
Cyclops.
is behind bars.
Yeah, like so you don't have to deal with him anymore. Aren't you
Yeah.
like elated?
Well, yeah, I was elated to see him, like, in jail. No, I'm just playing. He's not that bad of a guy. I'd have a beer with him. He'd probably...
He's not, let's mark that down on Date of History. Jon just said that Cyclops is not that bad of a guy. Because I want to keep that on recording.
Breaking news.
So next time Jon is talking mad smack about Cyclops, we can just play this one clip.
Well,
he's not that bad of a guy. I'd have a beer with him.
Well, you know what? Obviously I won't be, because now he's...
Cyclops when I was a kid, actually.
Nice.
I wasn't getting that, but I did.
It's the laser eyes. I mean, it makes the chicks go crazy.
Oh my goodness. Good discussion, guys.
Yes, and good talk.
But I don't know. Yeah. So, what'd you think of the issue, though, Mark?
I thought it was really cool, man. I liked, the interaction between Havoc and Cyclops was really cool.
Yeah.
So it's to set up. Eventually, I think Kang is going to be a villain. You're going to see Apocalypse in the book.
Yeah.
We're setting up stuff with Red Skull right now, so very iconic Marvel villains coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really cool. I'm trying to think even what happened actually in it.
Yeah, that's about it.
I like how Captain America is piecing the group together. Like he feels like he's let the mutant race down, and now he's like trying to bridge the gap between mutants and the Avengers.
Yeah, no, I thought that was cool. And Alex, I want you to lead a team of our finest. But you'll appreciate this, Mark. You totally read this. Cap goes, I want you to come with us. We'll have a cup of coffee and talk about it. And Thor's like, oh, and they also serve lattes if you're into that. I know, I sure am, or something. I was like, yeah, Asgardian greatness right there, Caffeination shout out. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
That's really funny in that.
What books are you guys all excited for Marvel now?
For Marvel now? Oh, I got that preview freebie. I haven't even looked at it yet, to be honest with you. Because you're talking about, like, the black and yellow Iron Man. Exciting, new paint job. Or the original X-Men. I mean, maybe I'll check out number 1. I don't know. I'm hesitant. Thunderbolts number 1. I love that team, so it's constantly changing.
I was going to say, I think it's back to the kind of Thunderbolts that you will love. It's going to be evil team, new writer, and I think you'll definitely love Thunderbolts.
Yeah. We'll see.
I'm not going to like it. I'm super mad about Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I agree. It should stay Dark Avengers for quite a while.
No, I don't like that either. But I'm mostly excited for the new FF book on Marvel now. It has Fraction is writing it, and Fraction can be hit or miss, but Mike Allred's doing the art for it, and I love Allred art. It's like pop art, It's so cool. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's going to be like She-Hulk, She-Thing.
What?
And
She-Thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that team is just so outlandish and awesome that having Mike Allred do the art on that, I'm totally picking that up.
I mean, if She-Hulk's in, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. And, I love chicks with green skin. I don't know. It's something about it. It's Star Trek from back in the day. But, yeah, so I'm totally getting that. That's like, the book that I'm most excited for out of the new Marvel Now books. How about you guys? What are you guys most excited for out of Marvel Now? Anything?
I'm not really sure yet. I've not really had a chance to really look into it.
Sure.
I know I'm not too enthused about this whole new Iron Man color scheme. It just makes me think of Bumblebee from Transformers.
Right,
so
exactly.
I'm not excited about that. I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the classic. Iron Man look better, but I'll still probably pick that book up. I love Iron Man.
Nice.
Really looking forward to that Deadpool. I don't know if you guys know Brian Posehn. He's going to be writing that new Deadpool Marvel now, like a co-writer with somebody else. I think Tony Moore might be doing the art on that as well from Walking Dead.
No, nice.
You sold me with Brian Posehn.
That
just blew my mind. I can't believe he's writing on a comic book. That's awesome. Brian Posehn, he's a stand-up comedian. So I love all of his stand-up comedy work.
Are you guys familiar with him?
I am not. I've never even heard of him, and I like stand-up, so that's.
He's on Comedy Central roast a whole lot. Real weird-looking guy.
I love roast.
Yeah, and he's a weird
no, they're really fun to watch.
Metal fan, and he was always has these super nerdy reference jokes and stuff. I'm really surprised you've not heard of him, Tom.
I probably have because I watched all the roasts.
I'm sure I'd see him right away. I watch all the roasts. I mean,
Google it.
That pisses me off that I don't know what awesome. Well, I'll definitely have to check that book out.
Oh, yeah.
What book is that?
Deadpool.
Deadpool?
Yeah.
And Tony Moore on art, or Terry Moore on art. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, he's great. And Terry Moore and Kirkman did settle their dispute that they had on Walking Dead, so everybody can be friends again.
Oh, good.
Because
everybody got their money.
Yep. Because Tony, like Terry Moore was suing Kirkman for Kirkman money. I think when we talk about big money in comics, we just have to call it Kirkman money.
Comic book beef.
But yes, nobody makes money like Kirkman, dude. Walking Dead premieres this week. Yes, so I'm super excited for that as well. Do you guys watch Walking Dead?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Love it.
Nice.
You guys checked out that Walking Dead Facebook game?
It is awesome.
I know, right?
I was so surprised.
Oh my god.
That I saw the Michonne special. I only own one issue of Playboy, and it is the Playboy that has that the Michonne special that you showed. The reason I bought it is because it has that special is in that Playboy, and so I went and bought it. And my wife was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "No, it's comic books. I swear.
It's for the articles. I promise."
So yeah, that's funny though. But yeah, great story in there that just came out. It's like a reprint of Michonne's first issue, plus then her special backstory that was in a Playboy, and it is a great issue, man. Oh, Walking Dead, but coming out, I watch Walking Dead. I don't think John or Skyler do.
I just started reading the trades though,
but I've been watching it.
You have, yeah.
I just finished volume 1 in a day, so love it.
But yeah, I love it. I think Daryl is like my favorite character ever, and there's just something about him, even though he like has white supremacist stuff on his motorcycle, I think is odd. I still have overcome that and really liked him because, dude, he takes care of business. He's like the only one who stands true, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with him in the upcoming season. And so, yeah, I can't wait for the premiere of Walking Dead. It's going to be so awesome. Yes. Kirkman. Kirkman, man, he is just dropping bombs in the regular Walking Dead comic, though, too. I mean, they're like building this story with this opposite town and this big group of bad guys, and they're like going to give in, and it's so intense right now. If you guys aren't watching Walking Dead, reading Walking Dead, people out there of the internet, please. It's like, you have to do it. So good. Sorry.
It's okay.
Put down everything else you're doing, people, right now. Stop everything and go to Netflix and put on Walking Dead.
Finish this episode first. And then
I have been to
Close
bars.
this episode and watch Walking Dead.
Treason.
I have been into bars in Lincoln, Nebraska. We were at a bar where, like a football game, the servers only came around during commercials, but it was while the new episode of Walking Dead was playing.
So big.
Nice.
And it was on the loudspeakers, on all the screens. This was the event.
Yeah, that's cool.
For the night. So,
they should have events like that. That's awesome. Yes, indeed, folks. Well, anything else that you guys wanted to talk about, John?
I did some legwork, Mark. I got the Uncanny X-Force that came out last week, just so I could meet the new Brotherhood. And what an interesting cast. Unfortunately, we didn't have the backstock that I needed, because it jumped from 32 to like 28 or something. I was really bummed. Dawkins back, leading the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Oh, really?
Got some clones of Omega Red in that, Blobs in that.
Blobs?
Yeah.
Love Blob.
Blob's so awesome. Shadow King is there. So it's this abstract cast, and Doc, and of course, is jerk store as always, you know. Kid Apocalypse is, you know, doing his thing. It was cool. It was a cool issue. I regret not getting the past few, so I might have to do that.
What's that?
Uncanny X-Force. Because remember, I fell off of it.
Yeah, I mean...
But I guess it got good again.
I was going to say, my friend that I met up with tonight that was talking crap about the cover of the Batman issue, he is obsessed with Uncanny X-Force.
Yeah.
I mean, he thinks it's like the best series out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's the same guy who's writing the Uncanny Avengers now.
Shame on me.
So, yeah. But you have reviewed it where you didn't like it. I mean, we've talked about it a bunch of times where you were like, it's okay.
It was like 3 or 4 issues in a row. You gave a really poor review.
Mark, it was when they were doing that alternate reality nonsense when Captain Britain was in there and stuff, and Psylocke, you know, is trying to say Phantom X gets killed and stuff. And to me, I'm so sick of alternate realities. I just want Marvel to just sit down and be like, we have awesome characters and we're going to tell awesome stories in our space that we have created for you over the years, instead of finding pocket universes here, putting Carnage into a microverse, yet another one. That's not PIMS. That's not the negative zone. Like, it's just like Marvel wants all this real estate that doesn't exist so it can overlap on top of each other and confuse the crap out of their fans. Like, to me, I don't get that. I don't dig that.
Well, I mean, a confused fan buys more books to try and understand.
This one doesn't. This one doesn't.
And, I mean, they put out, like, 50 books a week. You know, I mean, they put out, like, probably 15 to 20 books a week. I mean, that's a lot of stuff going on in the same universe. You gotta have some pocket dimensions.
I suppose, dude. I don't know. But that's when I fell off of it, to answer your question. Because I had everything up to it, and then I'll probably get the past few.
Sure, but yeah, I mean, Uncanny X-Force, I know a lot of people talk very highly about it.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been reading it, but yeah, Remender does good work. I mean, he is a great writer for Marvel, and so yeah, I would definitely put him above a lot. And you know, I mean, Marvel has great writers. I mean, that's no matter what's coming out, or we don't like events or whatever. I mean, Jason Aaron, Ed Brubaker, Matt Fraction, Rick Remender, Dan Slott, Brian Michael Bendis, all of those people have wrote like tremendously awesome comics, you know, that are going to be around forever, and they're writing for Marvel now. So I mean, you know, there's gonna be enough good ideas out there that I think a lot of the Marvel now is good, and so I'm glad to see that, you know, Remender's keeping it up with Uncanny Avengers.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Yeah, Uncanny X-Force currently is going to end at issue 35. So, of course, there's the Cable X-Force, and then there's going to be another X-Force that features Puck.
Nice.
Coming in January.
I did see that, and I was just like, yeah, because Sasquatch is in there, too. And you know how I feel about Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
Speaking of Alpha Flight...
That is funny. They're like basically making an Alpha Flight book and calling it X-Force. There you go, John. At least you get something out there.
Everybody wins.
So now we got an Alpha Flight book called X-Force.
We have a Avengers book called Uncanny
Dark Avengers book called Thunderbolts. Or a Thunderbolts book called Dark Avengers. Who knows?
Musical chairs.
We don't, see, exactly. Confused fans. Buy more books, we'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah, that's Marvel. But anyway. Yes, indeed, guys. Well, you know, this is a good episode. What else? You got anything else to cover? John, you got breaking news.
I do have breaking news. Yeah, it probably won't top last week.
Okay.
You know...
It probably won't top last week's. That's good. Yeah.
There's all those naked Barbies, though.
Yeah. Those were totally threw those in the last one. We were like, if we're doing a show on gay lesbian culture, do we really put in two naked, bicultural Barbies in a thing? Yes, we do. John, that is a massive stack of comics.
This is a fat stack of comics.
A fat stack
that I just got in the mail today, you guys. So, mycomicshop.com. That's how we do it.
Dude, you went to town,
you sleep
bro.
on that thing tonight,
I know.
aren't you?
Jeez, talk about packaging. Look at these people at My Comic Shop.
I haven't even gotten into
Packages
it yet.
are good.
What I ordered was actually some Alpha Flight annuals and cameos, and then basically the entire Generation X run from the 90s, because it was like 80 cents an issue. And then I got the Carnage trade, where he first appears, and then I got the original Generation X, and then some other odds and ends.
Ugh.
And
that is a lot of comic
I got
books.
the North Star miniseries. I've been looking for that forever. From Alpha Flight, North Star had his own miniseries back in the day, 4-issue run.
Nice.
So I got that. I'm so excited.
Dude, that is a huge stack. That is a brick of comics, man.
We're fat stacking it up. Mark has taught me well. Oh.
Yes, indeed.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. Well, awesome, man. That is a nice score on a... I mean, mycomicshop.com is really cool, though.
It is.
Really
the
cheap
pricing
comics.
is just...
And they just have everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everything's in stock there.
Totally.
Yeah.
And if it's not, they'll let you know when it is.
Yeah, much better than eBay.
Yeah. Enough about us, though. What's new with you guys? How are you liking your show? You guys have been doing this steadily. Like, I remember when you were, like, saying, you know, I'm going to start a show. And now you're like, awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, how does it feel now that you guys have, you know, you're both out there, your show's doing well, it's awesome, it's hilarious all the time. You know, are you guys see that you're going to be doing this for quite some time, or what are your plans? Are you enjoying it, and what do you like about it?
Yeah, Totally love doing it.
Yeah.
Definitely want to keep it going. Going to catch up with you guys. How you guys keep going. But yeah, we love doing it. Definitely, we want to start maybe doing a monthly show along with our weekly show. We've got a lot of other plans to do. Like Cloie can draw really well.
Nice.
We're going to start something called Fatstackofcomics fiction again. Just some really funny, outlandish stories I'm going to write, and Cloie will pitch in on it. She's the artist though for sure.
Dude, that's
and just
so awesome.
introduce that on the show and do some things like that. But we have a lot big plans for the future.
Definitely excited for the future too.
Yeah. And we love doing this. Definitely love bringing it. Thank you everybody that watches the show. Of course, thank you for having us on tonight.
Oh God, yeah, obviously so fun.
Yeah.
Your show is awesome. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it is fun just to know that we have jobs, you have your regular life, and have that fun thing that you put your effort into and you put time into. It is really rewarding to have. You get to watch it every week. You get to hear your comments from the people that watch it, and I love it too. I mean, I don't see us stopping for the foreseeable future at all.
It's too much fun.
Exactly.
I'd be heartbroken.
No, I mean, I love it so much. And I have so many things on my plate. I work 2 jobs. I'm married. I have 2 kids. My wife is pregnant. I have endless things going on. I'm trying to do a film. I'm trying to make
doing
these
all this
koozies.
crazy stuff on
I'm
the
trying
side,
to do all
you
these
guys.
things, but no matter what, I will always have a comic book look because it's it just distresses me, and I just love doing it too. So even if our viewers got down to 32 viewers a year, I'd be I'm still doing it.
One guy watches every week.
Yeah, we gotta make it for him.
All right, we gotta keep a comic book dude happy.
Yeah,
Keep
comic
it going.
book dude, come on, man, he's still with us. And yeah, shout out Aaron. But yes, indeed, we love doing it as well, and it's so fun to hook up with a cool show like yours. There's very few that we have connected to, but Jon is the master of connecting with other people on YouTube, and so glad that he became friends with you guys. I mean, it's been fun.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
For sure. But yeah,
so let's talk about something else here, and that is going to be real estate on the face. Do you miss it?
I was just going back here eventually. I don't know if you've seen pictures before. I used to have a Thundercats beard, actually, if you've ever watched the Thundercats from the 80s. They had a tiger. Kind of the design that was on his neck I had on my face at one time. So, love doing beard art all the time.
Yeah. That stuff was so awesome, dude. When it was growing, it was so cool looking. That was pretty epic.
I'll bring it back, though.
And did I see a picture of you on Facebook walking someone down a wedding aisle and you had the bat stash?
Yeah. In their wedding pictures, I had a bat stash. Which totally cool.
That's so awesome, dude.
that is
Crimson for one of my best friends.
that is so cool. I'm so jealous of all you real men, man. I couldn't grow a beard or a mustache to save my life, man. I can shave once every 3 weeks, and then it's just completely nothing there. So yeah, terrible.
It's okay, Tom. I can't grow facial hair either. Yeah. Oh,
That's
God.
why Tom grows his
I don't
hair
wanna
so
go
long to
facial hair.
compensate for the face.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed. But
That's awesome.
all right. Well, great show, guys. This has been super fun. Thank you so much for coming on.
Taking
to
the time to visit with us.
And and us being on a Fat Sack of Comics, we love it. And so definitely, where can they find you guys and give you the shout outs?
You can find us, of course, on YouTube, Fat Stack of Comics. Find us on Facebook, Fat Stack of Comics. And the rest will be to come. That's where you can get us right now.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, so don't forget, you'll obviously be able to find them anytime on YouTube, and a lot of times I've seen their guys' episodes on the right side of ours will show up, and I don't know really how that works and how YouTube has chosen that. But
Well, now they will, though, because then our tags will probably have...
joint episode.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So you'll find it there, and yeah, dude, Fat Sack Comics, check it out. Always hilarious.
And awesome.
And smart comic talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, and us, obviously, find us at a comicbooklook@gmail.com. Hit us up with emails and show ideas. We're at Inveterate Media Junkies every single Tuesday night, and a comic book look, YouTube channel as well.
Absolutely. You know, we're in a bit of a crunch here, though, you guys. How are we supposed to wrap this up?
You want to take it?
I suppose. How about you take it?
We could just kind of like mesh a combination together like crazy.
Yeah.
I'll do mine and you do yours. You want to do yours after me, John? Let you close it out?
Okay.
Cool. Stay action-packed and may your stack be fat.
And keep it comics.